What up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Now, for those of you who are returning viewers and subscribers, you already know who this is, but for those of you who are new here and this is your first time seeing my face on your screen, welcome. My name is Ria and this is Rated R. First of all, start this video by asking, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm okay. I am relatively good under the circumstances. I'm actually settling into a new place. I've moved to a completely different province. So yeah, I am definitely just trying to take it all in and also just trying to keep safe. I recently also contracted COVID, so it's been crazy. It's really been crazy, and I really think that it is important to just check in on people around you. Yeah, so how are you? I think it's important to just ask that question. People are encouraging us now more than ever to take care of our mental health and our physical health, but I think one of the things that I was really thinking about, especially during this time, when there's a lot of negativity, especially a lot of death going around, is people's spirituality and just, religion and religious views. I've been thinking a lot about that, particularly my own religious views. And I just can't help but think about, a God or God's existence or a higher power during a time when people are suffering, people are, really people are seeking peace, people are seeking refuge, people are seeking answers, people are seeking so much during this time of just devastation and turmoil and all of this sorrow, etc., and grief, and oh my goodness, I could just go on. But we really are in such a dark, negative time, and it's made me really think about what are other people going through in terms of spirituality. Because I think the first thing that comes to mind when I think about things like a pandemic, I think, God, where you at? Granted, I can't speak for everybody, and I don't assume that everybody is now going through a spiritual questioning or doubtful time in their lives. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, and I'm also not encouraging people to now go and question their faith. I'm just saying that this is, for me, one of the times where I really reflect and I think about those type of things. So it really just made me think about my spiritual journey, and really felt the need to sit down and kind of just break it down, have a chat. Just have a chat about that, because really spirituality or religion did form a big part of who I was when I was younger, and it has informed, I would say, a large majority of the decisions I made when I was younger, and still now. So what is my journey? What is my journey? So I grew up heavy within. Okay, that's a bit dramatic, but I grew up Christian, and that was just my life. You get what I mean? I grew up in a also Christian school, so it was just eat, pray, sleep. What is it? Eat, pray, sleep. So I was about that. I was about the religion. I was a full die-hard Christian, okay? Just that was me. But eventually, I guess I just got to a point where, I wouldn't say eventually, because it wasn't like it was inevitable, or you get what I mean. But I just got to a point where, and this is just me, my personality in general, I question every and anything. Everything, I'm gonna question it. If you put it to me, I'm gonna question. Why is the sky blue? Why? I will question it. Even in varsity, my friends used to hate studying with me because I would never accept things the way they were. Even my friends will tell you, I was a pain. She hated studying with me because I'd always be just no, but why? But why? You know? And this really became true in all aspects of my life. I would never accept, or it became very hard for me to just accept things as I had been taught them. I always needed to know what was the reason behind me doing the things that I was doing, you know? And I also felt like I needed to start asking, or I was asking myself, do I believe in the things that I believe in because I genuinely believe in them? Or do I believe in them because somebody else has taught them to me, or this is just how I grew up and these are the beliefs that I've adopted, and so this is how I'm going with it. And yeah, so I really started getting to that stage in my life. I would say more so when I left high school, because obviously I went to a Christian high school. You know, my schooling years I schooled at a Christian school. So of course I never really entertained the thoughts or ideas of, you know, why, of like why and etc., or who, what, where, and why. I never really entertained those. I was, like I said, championing for kerk. So I was never thinking about those things. But it wasn't until I left, you know, I would say the security and because that's what really religion was for me. It was a security sort of, I want to say safeguard, can I use that word? But yeah, it was really a form of security for me. And once I left, not only let me not say I left the church. I didn't leave the church. I left my hometown. And once I left my hometown, and I was kind of like on my own. It was the first time that I was really on my own, and I got the opportunity to now make decisions for myself without having to, you know, seek approval first from somebody in a higher authority than me. I really started to then question this idea of, where do my beliefs come from? Who, you know, do I really believe in these things? Because of course, when, you know, you're in high school, when you're younger and you're living under your parents' roof, etc., you have to ask them for permission, you know, really, like, so you never really make decisions on your own. You know, you always have to pass them through a filter, whether that's your parents, whether that's your teachers, your principals, whoever's above you. You kind of have to put it through that filter first. And of course, if people are pushing, I don't want to say people are pushing their own agendas, but, you know, obviously advise you from their point of belief. And of course, if the filter that I was putting all of my things through or my requests through, they were going to be filtered through a Christian lens. And of course, the output that I was going to get was that of a Christian or Christian approved, you know. So this was now the first time now in varsity where I was really not putting, I would say, my requests, if you will, through a filter or a Christian filter. I was just kind of making the decisions straight. If, you know, what am I eating? It was my decision. Where am I going? Who am I? This was my decision directly. And I think it was the first time that I had to learn now accountability for my actions. And that is when I saw the hills. That is when I saw my ass. Okay. Yo, guys, I started to see my ass, because I think this is like, and it also solidifies this idea that, like, there was so much security surrounding religion and my faith, etc., and what it was giving me. So this was really the first time that I had to take accountability for my actions and say, this, you know, this happened because you made that choice, you know, not because somebody else said it was okay to make the choice, blah, 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 blah. It was like, no, honey, you decided, and this is why you are in the position you are in. I was making some horrible decisions, and when I say horrible, I mean horrible, because I was still seeing it through the lens of Christianity. You get what I mean? So I was still, like, I would say in my first 3 years, it took me a while. It really took me a while, and I'll explain why. But yeah, I would say for the first couple of years, I was really just like making terrible, or what I regarded as terrible decisions, because I was still in the mentality of, this is a godlike way, state of mind, and this is how you should think to be more godlike. And I was still aspiring to be more godlike. Yeah, thing that I was doing was definitely, because I wasn't putting it through this like filter anymore, I was definitely making ungodly decisions, you know, and it was breaking me to the core, guys. It was really breaking me because I started to feel less of myself, you know. You remember, when you're in religion, I think for a lot of us, you know, we are taught, especially in the Christian faith, I know, my personal experience is that you are taught to build your identity in Christ or on Christ, you know. So I built my entire identity around Christianity. And so, of course, when you are making now decisions that are supposedly contrary to what you grew up believing and thinking, I started to just break myself down. I started to feel like now I don't have an identity. I don't know who I am. Nothing I feel is like, you get what I mean? But it was necessary for me to make those wrong decisions because they felt more and more like me. There was just certain things, and this goes now to the questioning. I was just questioning everything, you know, and I was not getting the answers I needed in my secure place of religion and Christianity. I just was not getting those answers. And I won't say that I was getting the answers in the wrong decisions that I was making, but I needed to make those wrong decisions to feel more like myself. There is a term that I came across, and it's individualism. But I really, really love that concept because I feel like it was so fitting of what I was trying to go through, or what I am still going through right now. And that's just the process of being or becoming yourself. And I was watching a show, I think it was She's Gotta Have It. Why don't I remember my favorite show? But yeah, guys, She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. I was watching it, and they spoke about this idea of individualism and how you will have to disappoint people around you to honor your true self. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was definitely dishonoring this idea that I had grown up in because I needed to honor my true self. And yeah, so it was a difficult, it is kind of a difficult process because you never really want to leave the church, you know, you never want to leave the church, because also what religion does is it provides community. And I'm big on community, guys. I'm big on community. I think we all need community. I'm not going to go into it, but you know the vibes. But yeah, so I think my sense of community also started to shake a bit, because now I was afraid that I was going to lose friends, I was going to lose family members, or family members were going to distance themselves away from me, and I was going to be ostracized. Yeah, I was afraid, that's the word. I was very much afraid of being ostracized by my community. And it got to a point where I had to ask myself, you know, am I going to honor myself and my true self and what I really feel like this is me? Or am I going to honor what people have taught me, which is it's not a bad system, you know. Religion is not a bad system, and have nothing against it. I just think that there were certain things within religion that through or by following religion, I couldn't honor myself. And so I had to, you know, sever the tie. I had to cut that cord, and it was super, super, super painful. It was super painful. And even now, I think I only started admitting that I'm fully not into Christianity only very late last year / early this year. Because for me, it was like I was committing the highest level of sin, of treason, which was denouncing Christ, you know. Which is just like, bruh, you finna go to hell, you know, you finna go to hell. But like, earth is hell. Earth is hell. Don't even judge me. Y'all know it, y'all feel it. You can seize it. You can seize it. But we are in hell, guys. We are in hell. I definitely did not want to go to hell. I don't want to go there. Don't want to burn for eternity. So I was definitely avoiding that conversation with myself and just with people around me. But yeah, those were the type of things that I was kind of grappling with and dealing with. And those are the reasons I had to, skedaddle. So yeah, those are the reasons I kind of had to, get myself or remove myself out of there. I always thought that, I would find my way back to religion and that I would inevitably end up back in Christianity or back in the church. But I'm kind of comfortable with where I am right now. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not a comfortable position in that I'm like, ooh, I'm just spiritually awakened. No, I'm going through hell. I can't. It was so much easier believing in a religion. It just set everything out for me and I just had to grab it and go. But yeah, again, and I'm not saying this is what everybody does with who is religious. I'm not saying that people are just accepting things that are fed to them and they're just not questioning those type of things. I just think that I had to question. I have to have room to question. I have to have room to doubt. And unfortunately, the thing with being outside of a religion is that you don't really have that protection or the illusion of protection, of just, who can I seek answers from, and who can I go to and who can I, etc. But I'm slowly learning that all of my teachers are around me. You are my teacher. I am my own teacher. I'm learning from every single thing and every single one. I'm learning how to be accountable to myself. I'm just learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. And there are so many, and it's also beautiful for me when I see principles that I learned through religion coming out when I'm now no longer in religion. And I can still resonate with that. But now I'm sounding like one of those, airy-fairy, universal, chakra hands, yes, namaste, bitches. But yeah, I do definitely feel like there are some principles that are known to all of us, and if I tap into myself and tap into the universe, it will be revealed to me. So that's kind of the journey that I'm currently on. I'm really just trying to understand. And I also, believe that I really will never understand any and everything. And I'm okay with that. Not really. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay. Ek is nie sharp. Ek is nie alright. Okay. Don't even let me fool you. Don't let my calm demeanor fool you guys. Ek is nie sharp nie. Okay? Ek is nie sharp nie. But yeah, I think going back to religion would also just be a lie. It would be a farce. And yeah, I'm not going to do that to myself any longer. So yeah, that's really just my journey. Yeah, I think if you are in a place where you are questioning or doubting your spirituality, especially during these trying, devastating times, I think that it's okay. Yeah, while the focus I know is on people's physical health first and foremost, and then people's mental health, I think people's spiritual health as well deserves some consideration, because this is a very unprecedented time, and it's definitely normal for us to start feeling like we are being abandoned by the gods at large, and we, I don't know, or, I don't know what everybody, might be thinking, spiritually. I don't know. What does everybody think? I think, if you are spiritual, if you're not spiritual, let me know. What is it that you are currently going through at this present time? What is your spiritual health like during this time? And how do you deal with spirituality during a time where it seems like there are no good days, or there aren't really many things to celebrate, and we almost feel guilty for celebrating certain things? and how do we provide answers to people who are seeking, who are asking, if there is a God out there? How do we provide those answers? Do we provide those answers? Do we engage in those conversations? Are you tired? Are you not trying to do that? What's your take, guys? Yeah, just let me know. Let me know in the comments just what you're going through. I would definitely love to hear from you. But otherwise, that's it from me. If you do want to see more content from me, please make sure you do subscribe to my channel. Also turn on your notification bell so you can see when I do upload a video. Otherwise, until next time, see ya.